I've got two basic thermostats here. I want to talk about why you should stop using one of them and start using a different one. Stick around. What's up everybody, I'm Jeremy, welcome back to Catfish Motorsports. Now I'm out here cleaning the garage today, making some room for some new projects, and like most of you guys, I cleaned for about 5 minutes and then just started finding stuff that I lost and started playing with it. So I want to do a quick video today and talk about thermostats. Now I'm not really going to get in depth into how they work because you can find different, better videos for that. What I want to talk about is why you should spend an extra $20 and switch the type of thermostat that you're using in your classic cars. Now this guy here is your basic thermostat that you've all bought 100 of, you've removed a bunch of them. They start at about $3. You can pick them up at any parts store and they're available in a ton of different temperatures. This is a high flow thermostat that I bought from Stewart. It's actually based on a Richard Shaw design and it's advertised as a high flow thermostat. Now I've got no idea if that high flow part means anything. Stewart advertises it as you need one of those if you're gonna use one of their high flow water pumps. I do have a high flow water pump in my 67 Firebird, so I bought one, but that's not why I'm gonna advise you use one of these because I don't know how accurate that high flow part is. The reason I'm gonna tell you to spend the extra $20 and buy one of these over one of these is simple. This is going to open when it's advertised to do so. Now I'm sure there's gonna be a bunch of you guys that roll your eyes and say, what are you talking about? These are in millions of cars and they've been working for 70 years. You're not wrong. The problem is the quality control on these is just terrible. This is actually a more expensive version of a standard thermostat. I can't remember who it's from, I think maybe Mylodon. And it is stamped made in the USA, and this thing still sucks. It just still didn't open when it was supposed to open. It was just wildly inaccurate compared to what it should be. But I've had way better luck out of the box with these and you just don't have to think about it. Now you can pick these up from a couple different sources. The one from Stewart, they buy them from Richard Shaw and then they put a couple extra holes in them to make them high flow, I guess. And they charge a premium for it. They charge about $45 for it. You can buy them from Flow Cooler for something like $10 less. And Holly and Mr Gasket also make one of these, which I've used and I've had success with them too. They're cheaper. They're, I think, between 17 and 25, just depends if you catch one on sale or not. Problem with those, even though I've used them and they work, is those are not made in the USA. If you buy one of the actual Richard Shaw units from Flow Cooler or Stewart, it's gonna be a made in the USA part. And that means something to me, it probably means something to a lot of you too. So I do advise you spend a few extra dollars over the Holly one, even though I'm a big Holly fan, and buy the one that's made in the USA. There are knockoffs of these, so if you see one, the price is a little bit too good to be true, maybe don't buy that one, because it probably is too good to be true. Here's the biggest reason I think this is important. Most people who have worked on old cars have dealt with overheating at some point. The cooling systems on old cars just weren't as robust as they are today. I'm not saying that changing your thermostat is going to be the be-all end-all to solving your cooling problem. What it does, however, is when you install one of these, you can trust that it's going to open and regulate temperature at the prescribed temperature. Therefore, if you're getting hotter than you're expecting it to based on your thermostat, you can pretty much guarantee that it's something else in your system. Whereas if you have one that you don't trust is opening when it's supposed to open, you don't know if the thermostat's your problem or if you have a different issue. And you really don't want to have to change your thermostat. You've all done it before. Is it a hard job? Not really, but it makes a mess. It takes longer than it should because you generally have to clean up and drain part of your coolant system, etc. Wouldn't you rather just install this one and then trust that it's gonna do what it's supposed to do? And I know there's people out there who don't run thermostats too. You do you, but for a street car, there's pretty much no circumstance where you shouldn't be running a thermostat. You're giving up control of your cooling system at that point, which is just not a good idea. Why wouldn't you wanna be able to control and regulate the temperature at which your vehicle runs? So if you're doing that, you should stop doing that in most cases. That's it. There's not a whole lot to it. It's just this one is going to open when it says it's going to open, and this one's going to be a crapshoot. I think that peace of mind is worth the extra $20 bill. Maybe not even that if you buy the Holly one. Then it's only like a $10 bill. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more cool tech tips. We'll see you next time.